Someone gives you 10 compliments and 1 criticism today. Tonight, lying in bed, which one is replaying in your head? If it's the criticism, you're not thin-skinned. You're not too sensitive. You're just running the same software every human brain runs. It's called negativity bias, and once you understand it, a lot of things about how you feel start making a lot more sense. Negativity bias is simple. Bad feels stronger than good. Not just noticed more, actually stronger, weightier, more real in the moment. Psychologists have a phrase for it: bad is stronger than good. Across dozens of studies, relationships, money, memory, first impressions, the pattern holds. A single negative event tends to outweigh several positive ones of the same size. Lose $10 and it hurts more than finding $10 feels good. Get 1 harsh review among 10 glowing ones, and the harsh one is what you quote to your friends. It's not fair. It's also not personal. It's just how the brain is built. So why would evolution do this to us? Here's the logic. For most of human history, missing something good cost you an opportunity. Missing something dangerous could cost you your life. Imagine an early human noticing food nearby versus noticing a predator nearby. If they miss the food, they're hungry. If they miss the predator, they're dead. Over hundreds of thousands of years, brains that paid extra attention to threats survived to pass on that wiring. Brains that treated threats and rewards equally didn't survive as often. So we inherited a threat detection system tuned way up and a reward detection system left on a normal setting. That imbalance made total sense in a world with actual predators. It makes a lot less sense in a world where the threat is a comment on a photo. This bias doesn't just live in dramatic moments. It runs quietly through your whole day. At work, 1 piece of critical feedback can erase the memory of a good week. In a relationship, 1 sharp comment during an argument can outweigh months of kindness, at least in the moment it happens. Scroll through any comment section, and the negative ones are the ones people screenshot, not the kind ones. Even your memory participates. Studies on emotional memory show people recall negative experiences in more vivid, specific detail than positive ones. The bad day sticks. The good day blurs. A quick look under the hood. This reaction largely runs through a small almond-shaped structure deep in your brain called the amygdala. It's part of your brain's early warning system, and it responds faster to negative or threatening information than to positive information, often before the rest of your brain has even consciously processed what happened. That's why a harsh comment can make your stomach drop before you've even finished reading it. Your amygdala already flagged it as a threat and started the reaction. The compliment above it never got that treatment. It didn't need to. Here's the part that actually matters day to day. Because negative things feel stronger, they can quietly warp how you see a whole situation, a whole relationship, even a whole version of yourself. If you don't know, the bias is running. You might walk away from a good day, convinced it was bad, because 1 bad 5 minutes outshouted the other 23 hours and 55 minutes. You might avoid trying something new, because you remember the one time it went wrong more vividly than the many times it went fine. So, what do you do with this, knowing your brain is built this way? First, just naming it helps. In the moment a criticism stings more than it should, you can recognize, this is my brain overweighting a threat signal, not necessarily reality. Second, some researchers suggest deliberately counterbalancing it. Because negative weighs more, it may take several positive moments to balance 1 negative one. Not because the positives don't count, but because your brain discounts them by default. So actively noticing good moments instead of letting them pass quietly helps correct for the built-in imbalance. Third, when you're evaluating something big, a relationship, a job, a version of a year, try counting instead of feeling. What actually happened in raw numbers? Not what stands out most vividly. What was actually true, more often than not. None of this means the bad stuff doesn't matter. Some criticism is worth taking seriously. Some warnings are worth listening to. That's the whole point of the system. It evolved because paying attention to danger mattered. But most of what stings you today isn't a predator. It's an opinion, a comment, a bad 5 minutes in an otherwise fine day. And your brain will always make it feel bigger than it is. The compliments were real. The good day was real. You're just wired to remember the sting first, and now that you know that, you get to decide how much weight to actually give it.